Deborah, we're back.
Hi. Welcome. Welcome to our sample.
Thank you. That's cute.
And although this is a sample, this is truly meant for you. And I hope that you will find value in all that we do right now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, welcome. Thank you, Carolyn, for coming. We haven't done so much of an intake that maybe a client who signs up for me might through an email, but we do know each other from gathering and our endeavors. So let's move forward from here.
Okay.
Right, first, let's just take a moment and breathe in and breathe out. Bring ourselves grounded. Inhale and exhale. And feel any feelings that are coming up for you.
No.
Just because I'm feeling joy. Just because I'm feeling joy and happy you're here, you know. There's loads of others too. So if ever throughout this a word comes up, a thought, a feeling, and it's one that you don't mind sharing, because this session will go public, go ahead and please just share it.
Okay.
Just kind of go, hey Deb, I just heard the word ishkabibble, right?
Okay.
If not, and something does come up and it's not one that you want to share out loud, can you just jot it down on your desk?
Oh, good idea.
Be aware of anything that might come up, you know, and not let it be a fleeting thought that then, because you didn't write it down or say it to me, that it's going to be bothering, you know, obsessing over that. I don't want your mind over there.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts, even when we do Reiki or any type of meditation, thoughts come and go, and we should let them go as a slideshow. We should not have to build on them right then. Not if we're coming to a place of relaxation.
Right.
And a lot of times when we're doing some inner work, you know, or that we want to keep moving. We want to keep the energy moving. So the best way I find out that is awareness, acceptance, action. Awareness, acceptance, action. I'm aware that I just thought of ishkabibble. I accept that it was ishkabibble. And now the action is for us right now would be to write it down or go, you know what, that means a lot to me. Can we stop and talk about that right now?
Okay, cool.
Because it's shaking me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So not a lot of ground rules, but we'll go from there.
Okay.
So start out, I want to give you a little sampling of the things that you find that I do, and then we can build on future sessions from there.
Okay, perfect.
The pieces of that. So let's start out with just the organization of who you are, where you're going, whether it be today or the next week, the next month. That's your organizational aspect of it. So if we start from a place of journaling with that thought in mind, the journaling doesn't have to be Dear Diary and then write. You know, the journaling can be bullets, it can be dots, it can be 1, 2, 3 if you're a number person, 1 being the most important, or ABC, you know, if you kind of put yourself in those categories. So the journaling, there's so many different ways to journal. And I want to share one that is fun for you, fun for us. And it's where you write a word on every line, just one word, until you get to the bottom of the paper. Then you go to the top word and you write a word over to the right of it. Go to the second word, words to the right of it. When you get down to the bottom of the page, you most likely have been mind swept. You're most likely at a place of clearing. Nothing else comes up. If you're sitting there and you're trying to think of a word and you're like, then write
Cool.
Right? So what happens is you'll start to see a pattern. You'll see that you wrote clarity a bunch of times, or you wrote hungry a bunch of times, or you wrote spaghetti, pizza, salad, and now you're noticing there's a food pattern, you know?
Yeah.
Because when we're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, we need to halt. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. When we don't know why we might be extra energy or low energy, any of those things, we need to pause, and we don't know what to do when we pause. So what we can do when we pause is this journaling technique to just see where our mind is at, or just get rid of all that clutter. So I want to mention that. So yes, mentioning the journaling.
Yeah, that's cool. Though. I like that idea. That could be fun. Yeah.
And you know what's great about that is that it's not this story. It's really just mind sweeping.
Right. And the story can be an arduous thing to write sometimes.
Yeah. And one you don't want others to find. So sometimes we write things, you know, or even our most happiest that can turn into a book. But feel free to burn those, you know, rip them up. We don't need to keep our thoughts. They were already there once. We can drudge them up again if we want.
Yeah.
So yes, I keep journals. I also write stuff down and lose that paper. So don't have rules. Don't have rules when it comes to emptying and getting all that out. So another great way, and we'll discuss this later, for the journaling is when you do your own collaging, which we'll talk about towards the end, and you do your own card. This is a card I made. Angels. Look at this one giving the finger with her wing.
I was wondering what that was.
So when you have your cards that you journal, now you can journal about that. And we'll talk more about that with the shadow work if you want, or just the aspects of ourselves, our happy child, our sad child, and it can also be, you know, the energetic or the bitch or the angry, or the chef. You know, you can journal about the chef in you.
Yeah.
I cannot. I don't cook.
Okay.
So tell me, what have you already learned from what I've said?
Well, journaling can actually be fun.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like if I have to write one more thing, so it's, it comes in waves. So I can journal at 2 a.m, like no problem when I'm woken up, but about dreams or whatever. But yeah, that's easy enough to do.
Right. And what I can also say to you too is you can do that type of journal, for what I know about you, for every one of the practitioners that are in your life right now.
Oh Lord.
You can do that, and let yourself be vulnerable to the thoughts that are in you, and not judge them. Don't judge what comes out, you know. So it's a great way for you to actually see what might be underneath some of the stuff, and why we react to people the way we react, right? Because if it wasn't for other people, I wouldn't have character defects.
Right.
If I lived on an island, I would have no character defects because there would be nobody. I probably would, you know.
Yeah, well, we would.
I get in trouble with a monkey.
As long as we can laugh at ourselves, we're good.
Yeah. So that's another thought, another part of it, that you could do something like that, and just, what do I think about this relationship I have with this person? What do I feel about this person? You know, and then go, what? Where did that word come
from? That's therapeutic too. That would take me a few days, but I like that idea.
Oh, yeah. Just one at a time. You can only do one at a time.
Yeah.
You know, keep your head where your feet are. Always keep your head where your feet are. A lot of nuggets. That's why I'm glad these are recorded, because there's a lot of nuggets from every practitioner.
Yeah.
Practitioner you meet, every person you meet. We can't record and relive our lives all the time. But when you're paying for a treatment, you might as well get it recorded and then be able to reuse it.
Exactly.
So connecting with me is a huge aspect of what's going on. Once we've made our connection and you know that there's something there for us to help move forward, or even just be where we are. Yeah, I don't have to help you move forward. I can help you be right where you are. And so to connect with me through email or messaging, I have a Reiki chat page on Facebook. So there's ways that we can stay connected. And that's the camaraderie. That's we are 2 women, but if you were a man as well, you know, that's 2 humans coming together and creating that bond, because taking people with no hope and putting them do we choose, am I frozen? Do we choose, are we the person with hope, or are we the person without hope? And if we're the person without hope today, we can reach out and change that
Right.
We don't have to be the person we were 5 minutes ago, right? And I think that's on my profile. We don't have to be the person we were 5 seconds ago. So, and so movement. Where are you at with movement? You get physical movement. You get, do you get up and get a glass of water, or do you have enough water on your table so you never have to get up? Do you see what I'm saying?
Like on a daily basis,
Yeah.
or just okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have learned loud and clear. I don't have enough water from many sources. So I have a 6-pack behind me, and I've got the water filter always ready to go. So
Yeah. So put them further away. Put them further away.
Yeah.
Put them back in the kitchen so you have to get up and go get them. The
Well,
movement.
I'm always getting up because I have 2 dogs that need assistance.
Oh.
But I am spending way too much time on the computer. But
say no more.
I just need to right now.
You can even put. I have a roller right here. You could even put a roller under your desk, a dowel that you can just roll your feet, take your shoes off, and roll your feet. When you're not doing videos, you could get a head massager.
I have one of those. I love that thing.
Get it and use it often. So we'll get into that very soon, the reflexology and the movement of it. So I talked to you about reconnecting with me, with your network, whoever your practitioners are and your friends are, and your support system. It's amazing to find out who our support system is when we don't even think of it. Look through your texts, look through your emails, and see, well, that's right. She just reached out she surprised me when she reached out to me. I have a friend in her that I don't even realize I have. But we're too busy to sometimes build on those.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that part of it, the reconnecting and the movement part of the energetic side of? Do you see how connecting with people and building on your relationship?
Of course. Of course. Yes.
Right? Of course. So someone who's coming in, from another aspect of it, when you meet someone, that's not something they'll say. They'll want that from you, Carolyn. They'll want that from you. They'll say, how do you do that? Right? People are learning from you just as you didn't always know this. And maybe you always did. Maybe you always knew, but who you are today, you've become that, right?
Well, yeah, we've all begun to think about everything we've gone through to be who we are today. It's amazing.
Right. And so what happens is you're going to give that gift to somebody else who comes along, whether it be a younger woman, an older woman who never knew about these modalities. How many older women don't know about any of the modalities that you've gone through? And how many people you've shared your book with, and things like that. So let's get to the physical. I don't know if you've seen a reflexology chart. Yeah,
I have. Not that I understand any of it, but it's really amazing.
I know it by heart.
Of course you do.
Which is so great. The spine of the foot is the big toe.
Oh.
Your spine is down the side, the inside ankle. The outside ankle is your pelvis.
Oh, okay.
That's the ankle, your pelvis. And then your body is lined up right through here. So I'm going to show you on your hand, your teeth, your sinuses, your eyes. Very great for us now with the stress of the screens to just push on your eyes. I'm pushing.
That's a big one. My eyes burn all the time at the end of the day.
You can try the other side of your webs. That's a different touch, but it's also a slide. So you don't ever want to use cream when doing reflexology because you want to be in those places.
Okay? Okay.
You want to be in those places. Your teeth are right on the tips of your fingers. So this is all sinuses, eyes, teeth, right? So now you get into your thumb where your brain is and your pineal gland. See, the pineal gland can stay stuck in.
Oh, yeah.
That's winter. That's the sun. I'm not getting enough vitamin D. My circulation.
That's not hydration?
No, because, well, I am a little dehydrated, aren't I? Because from having my cold. That's a good way to see if you're dehydrated, see how it stays stuck. But that's your pineal gland. And I think that's the sun, the vitamin D.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Your pituitary gland is on the inside. That's your your ear. Your pituitary gland is on the outside of your thumb. Inner ear, pituitary gland, neck.
Neck, huh?
So I have this great little tool. I could have put them beside me, but they're in front of me. A hand.
Yeah.
Now I have 3 hands. So if you're visiting an elderly person, you can just come through like this. This is their lungs. A lot of elderly people have the lung issue, or don't want anything having to do with pneumonia.
Right.
But when you only have yourself, you only have your 2 hands.
Yeah.
So I like to piano my lungs. I have not asked you what your physical ailment's in. I really don't want to I don't want to share that with everyone, seeing as how this is a sample. In a personal video with you, I would ask you your personal issues. So I'm giving you an overall rather than asking you your personal stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that neck thing would be helpful.
Yeah. So I'm showing you this, right? Now let me do it the way I would. I would hold my thumb. See my hand?
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening on the other side is this.
Oh, I gotcha. Wow.
All through the neck and then the spine. So just hold it. Just hold that spine. Inhale. Exhale. Check your feet. Maybe pull in your core. Breathing in and out. I love the shoulder. We need the shoulder. You can feel it. There's this line that's right below it. You can feel a shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it. Now with your thumb on this side of the hand, you can drag your fingers on this side. That's like me coming behind your shoulder blades and going like this. Right? Can you imagine somebody, pulling your shoulder blade?
Yes, please.
So that's what that is. And the other side is asking for me right away. My thumb is in my shoulder. And my back. I'm going to do my eyes while I'm on that other hand. An easy way to do your sinuses is to just do this. We do this anyway.
Yeah.
And I go back and forth because we don't always have our hands switched. We always do the same thing.
Right.
But it's weird to do the other one.
It is weird.
It is weird. And it's important. It's important because you're getting that other side of the nerves. Reflexology works on the nerves. It sends nerve messages to the brain to go work on the corresponding body part. On the right hand, just below the shoulder, you have your liver. Your liver. Right inside there, you have your gallbladder. Liver, gallbladder.
Wow.
So on the left hand, you have your spleen. There's no gallbladder, there's no liver on the left side of your body. There's the spleen.
Okay, yeah.
One that I love to show people is the sciatica, right across your wrist.
Oh.
You're going to drop into your sciatica. I'm trying to get good lighting for you. On the other side of it, right in here, see where my thumb is?
Yeah.
Right down the thumb, and you sink right in.
Yeah.
That's the rectum. That's really great for any hemorrhoids, or if people say you're a pain in the ass, or, if you're somebody that says you're a pain in the ass, or what a pain in the ass. I'm telling you, don't ever say anything's a pain in the anything. Don't say pain in the neck.
Oh, right.
I have fibromyalgia. I don't ever want pain,
Yeah.
So that rectum is a really great place for releasing. And you're going to come right around across the sciatica. I have a YouTube for sciatica that has 670,000 views, something like that. And it's maybe 23 seconds long. Sciatica is a big issue in the world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I've given you that. The tools you can use a Marks a lot to dig in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is a little baby roller.
I love that.
You can roll, okay? And so on a session with you, I would teach you more of that, stay more with you, ask you more about how it feels, ask you where your pains are, and definitely, you know, share more about what's happening with you personally. And then go through a session. Once you've been taught it, put on some music and then actually go through it, much like, say, a yoga class, where, you know, it's smooth. Yeah. A smooth session for you. Okay?
Very fun.
So I'm going to move right through if that's okay. Okay. So let's move right through to Reiki while we're at that relaxed state from our hands. And I could show you our feet another time. So in that relaxed state. So Reiki is universal life force energy. Yes. One of the ways I like to share that, I realize maybe I should be asking you what you know about Reiki first. You want me to ask you that or just move through with where I was going with it?
Keep going.
Okay. So one of the ways I like to explain universal life force energy is the trees are giving off oxygen and we're breathing. Thank you, trees.
Thank you.
We're giving off carbon dioxide and the trees are breathing, right? And this is our system, right? Without them, we would not be. Now, if you look at a tree and you see the roots coming down through the ground, sure, that's for the life of the tree, but imagine that those roots are coming out to us. The trees are coming out to us through their branches and through their roots, and we can feel secure in knowing that we're part of that love, part of that source, right? So I'm going to breathe in through my feet, right? Breathe in through what I just described you as just simply the trees,
right?
The universe below me. Breathe in through my feet, and I'm going to blow out and through my hands to you. So I'm breathing through my feet and out to you through my hands. I'm breathing out from you through my hands.
Okay.
And I'm breathing back to the universe through my feet. Connecting again through, breathing in through my feet, using source energy, and breathing it out to you through my hands. Notice your legs. Are they flat on the floor? Open your knees so that your root chakra opens up and receives. Yes? Now, if you could, just turn a little away from the computer. So we're going to shift our body. So now you're not receiving the energy of the computer.
Right.
That's how I feel. So even though we're turned towards each other, my body is that. Yeah. So now, a distal healing, prayer without works is dead. Have you ever heard of that? Prayer without works is dead. We need to do work. We need to follow through. We can't just ask from source, right? From God, from your higher power. And so Reiki, I believe, is that works. So we're working, we're adding to it. I think sometimes people will do this to pray or this to pray. They're doing something, right? So Reiki does not have to be scary. It can only be used for good. So again, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. And do this for yourself. You're getting Reiki 1 here. I don't know if you even are a Reiki level at all. And for this purpose, it's none of our business. So right now you're getting your Reiki 1 level training. Breathe in through your feet from the universe. Therefore, from me as well. Breathe in from the universe through your feet. Breathe it up in. And now you're going to blow it back down through your body. That's the first time I've told you that, so we're going to do it again. Breathe in through the feet from the universe. And breathe it down through your body. Even press it down if you want. Yes. Now take your hands and put it somewhere. Where would you like to put it? How about on your chest? Let's bring it right up to your chest. Yes, you can cross it. Let's not. Come back out. There you go. Breathe in through your feet. And you feel it coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now blow out through your hands. Put it back into your chest. Feel it go back out through your feet.
Yeah.
Right? You are whole. Breathe in through your feet. Breathe in through your, blow out through your hands. See where your hands go. Where's it going? Do you want to move them down?
No.
Or up?
No, over there.
Yeah. And you might even want to move them to the outside of your edge, your lymph nodes. See out through here. You can even, you know. The only reason I mentioned about not crossing is that energetic.
Oh, it makes sense.
So,
of course.
However, if you cross them and it feels good to you, do it. Because you're creating, when you do that, now that I've shared that, when you do that, you're creating a figure 8. I see this. I'm getting chills. I just got huge chills. So know that when you are crossing yourself that way, you are retaining your energy. You're creating a figure 8, an infinity of that energy flowing through you. Okay? That's what works for you.
Yeah.
So I think we should move right along. I don't see a timer.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
I should be timing. I'm going to, now that we've got you there and maybe in that spiritual place, I'm going to show you a few photos. And you can say them out loud how you feel, or you can write it down, like I said, if it's private. Okay?
Can you back it up a little? Just adorable, happy, funny. That's so cute. That's cute. That makes me happy. Fake.
Fake?
Fake. Pushing happiness that isn't necessarily there. I don't know. That's what I get from that.
Can you see those stuffed animals? Wait a minute. Nice girl.
Oh. I don't know. I don't feel much of anything other than I think about my dogs that like to chew animals, chew stuffed animals.
Perfect. This would be a great picture for your collage for your dogs. For your dog's card.
Yeah.
You would make a dog card.
Yeah. Oh, struggle. Struggle, and I'm not interested in doing that ever.
Someone else.
Yeah.
For someone else. That might be part of your shadow work. That might be part of your shadow work, what fear is attributed. Fear is a whole different word.
Yeah.
There's either love or fear, so, you know, that's not love.
No, that one's not. Oh, just happy holidays. Yeah.
So these just got picked for you. I didn't work too hard at it. I have 2 more.
Oh, a puzzle, a challenge. Very cool. Love that.
And and speaking of challenge, I challenge whoever's watching this video to watch that again with the volume down and come up with their own words.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, last one.
Oh, babies. Now that's just cute. I think of my babysitting days and how much I love little kids. And I love her hat. She's got a good sense of humor and style.
I don't know what other people would pick when they did this. So here's yours, right? I'm going to read them back to you. If we were to collage them all, right, put them all on a collage, you've got adorable, fake, pushy, struggle, babysitting days, so maybe your teenage days, right?
Yeah.
Puzzle, challenging, holiday. Of those pictures, you probably wouldn't have put them all together. I have a feeling that you might have put You
Oh,
might
probably,
put
yeah.
the puzzle, the challenge with the challenge, right?
Yeah, see, that woman isn't a challenge to me. That woman, to me, that is not being supported. I think of, I'm afraid of heights. I think of heights and not safety. That's where I go with that.
And so what you can do to heal that is bring something in to support yourself.
Mm.
You know, that we are learning, that we are cared for. So you can put something like this on there so that you don't have the angst that you might have when you look at this card. Or you keep this card just as it is, as angst.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to pull out your cards, they would be blank on one side,
Yeah,
and you would find out what your card is.
right.
Then you would journal that day on that card. Why am I pulling my angst card? You know, why am I pulling that struggle and unsupported?
Oh,
Am I
interesting.
feeling that way today?
Yeah.
Or whenever I feel that way today, I'm going to replace it with nurturing, caring, and I'm going to walk my dogs and love them and care for them.
Yeah. That's cool how that all works together.
Yeah. So I wanted to share with you about that. We talked about, and I'm getting goosebumps, so it's the perfect time. I go by spirit, you know.
Yeah.
Here are some of the shadowy parts that you can think about to do cards on, to talk to me about, journal about. Addicted self, angry self. I'm going to not say the word self. Is that all right? Just to get through the list? Whichever, we'll see. Arrogant self, avoiding, blaming, competitive, compulsive, conformist, controlling, critical self, inner critic. Have to have an inner critic card. We all have an inner critic.
Yeah.
Dishonest, disorganized, OCD, trustful, embarrassed, distrustful, I'm sorry. Trustful would not be shadow. Trustful could be shadow. We've trusted. There's some stuff in the news of people who trusted.
Yeah.
So, distrustful, embarrassed, envious, extravagant, fearful, gossipy, greedy, grieving, guilty, heavy, helpless. Shall I go on? We're in the H's. I'll skip down to shamed, sneaky, stingy, unaware, unforgiving, ungrateful.
And why are we going through these words, Debra?
So those are your shadow, that's your shadow self. Our real enemy is not the darkness within us, but our rejections and denial of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right? It is not by turning away from the shadow side of ourself that we find peace, but in turning toward it, knowing it, embracing it as a long lost part of self.
Yep.
Barbara DeAngelis.
Mm.
Wow.
Very cool.
So spirit is delighted to dance with and through you, especially in the shadows and neglected places. You believe you are too ugly for love. Jennifer Loudon. And that ugly part of us is not one that we like to share. We don't like to see it in others. We don't like it in others.
What bugs us the most? I really believe that. I think when we find something in somebody that drives us crazy, it's in us.
It scares us. And for that reason, we have a protector card. For that reason, we go back to our higher self and our source, whatever your capital S is, you know.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of the whole side of bringing forth the shadows from the shadows. And what I did was I made my shadow cards black and white. This one is jealousy, gossiping. They're behind this fan gossiping. Do I listen to gossip? Do I listen so that I may gossip? When people look at me, are they turning to stone? Am I being Medusa? And what I did to heal my shadowy self is I added color. Am I upside down? I started adding color to my shadows.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's something I personally came up.
Yeah.
Invented.
Yeah.
So I think we've come to a good place here. How does this help with children, business organization? You can imagine if you're in an organization that has 5 people working at it, and everybody sits down and does a card on themselves and then shares of themselves in a new way, because you wouldn't have thought, thought to share that mountain climber. You just probably wouldn't know.
No, why would it ever even come up unless we were talking
Right.
about it? Yeah.
Especially if we work from the shop. And it needs to be a place of safety. So one-on-one, we're safe.
Yeah.
So anybody who enters that room to do that work almost needs to sign a mental contract that what is said here is and shared here stays here.
Right.
You know? Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, it's all so interesting. I can see where all of these tools can really help.
Did you find value in today yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Complete namaste. The light in me shines with the light in you is how sometimes I take namaste. And I do appreciate that. And you will be on, I will be sending you Reiki all day long. Anytime you want, just reach up and grab it like a baseball. It's out there. It's happening. I'm not the only one. There are people in the world who are sending Reiki to anyone who wants it. There is always good energy out there for you to just grab a hold and take. You're never alone. Never alone.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Debra.
Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to servicing the community.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, dear.
Thanks. Take care.